The political tension in Rivers State continued on Monday as fresh explosions and protests rocked some local government areas of the state. The latest is linked to the Monday's order by the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Ebetokun, for the Secretariat of the 23 local governments to be unsealed and the immediate withdrawal of policemen who had occupied the council. Since July, already the Secretariat of the Eleme local government in the state is on fire as buildings and vehicles were set ablaze following an explosion from a device suspected to be dynamite. Also, in Obagbema, Ndoni local government areas, protesters invaded the council headquarters in Omoku, not allowing the newly sworn-in chairman to resume office. Hello viewers and welcome to InfoGist TV. The Yesomike political faction in Rivers State is reportedly mobilizing 20 youths from each ward, offering them 15,000 naira each to block council secretariat and prevent Governor Fubara's group from accessing them, as sources told our reporters. Anonymity pleaded. It was reported and learned that Fubara and her sworn-in elected local government chairpersons being on Sunday, but Mike's group is plotting to prevent the elected officials from accessing the council secretariat. Governor Fubara has sworn in the newly elected council chairman at the Executive Council Chambers Government House in Port Harcourt on Sunday. A statement signed by the secretary to the state governor, Dr. Tami Danagogo, dated October 6, 2024, disclosed that the elected chairperson was sworn in on Sunday. There are fears, therefore, that this may intensify the political crisis in the state. There is possibility of a crisis in River State. On Monday, Fubara has sworn in the chairman of the local government councils elected at the weekend to resume work on Monday. Meanwhile, the Umike group is mobilizing 20 youths paid 15,000 naira each from each ward to block the various council secretariats to prevent the Fubara group from entering, one of our sources stated. The state police command on Saturday confirmed that 2 explosions rocked the state during the local government elections. According to the police, the first explosion occurred at the All Progressive Congress APC secretariat along Aba Road, while the second struck the Obia local government secretariat just outside Port Harcourt. The police command spokesperson Grace Iwinge Koko noted that the incident happened almost simultaneously. Iwinge Koko stated that the police visited the scenes and collected samples for investigations. The police said on Saturday the first explosion was reported at the APC secretariat on Aba Road at approximately 3 a.m. A security guard heard a loud bang and upon investigations observed 3 black Toyota Hilux vans speeding away from the scene. The explosion caused significant damage, destroying the gate, shattering the windows and setting the security building on fire. The second explosion occurred at the Obiabo Council Secretariat around 3:30 a.m. Eyewitnesses reported seeing a black Toyota Hilux van and a white Toyota Sienna minivan drive past the secretariat. The occupants allegedly threw an object suspected to be a stick of dynamite which shattered the roof and damaged the generator house of the complex. In response to these incidents, the explosive ordnance disposal and anti-bomb squad were mobilized to both locations. This comes amid escalating tensions as former Niger Delta militant leader Asari Dokubo has openly declared his support for Governor Fubara. In a public outburst, Dokubo accused Mike, the current minister of the Federal Capital Territory, of using soldiers and police against him. Mike's soldiers and police have been flying over my house with 2 helicopters. I have the capacity to contain them, Dokubo stated. He continued his defiance, saying that Nigeria cannot surrender to Mike. Rivers people will not surrender to Mike. I have the capacity to contain them and the government knows that. Let them tell Mike to back off. I'm 60 years old. I have never been afraid of death. I always embrace death, he said. He further threatened to take actions if provoked. I did not go and look for their helicopter to shoot it down. I will shoot down their helicopter, I swear by Allah, he said. In his final warnings, Dokubo added that whoever is commanding them should be warned. Enough is enough, that Tinubu should hand over. Dokubo also questioned Wike's current influence, stating Wike is nobody without the paraphernalia of the office. Let them remove this thing from him and let us see. We should recall that Atiku commended Governor Fubara amid rift with Mike, saying that Rivers people rejected self-serving godfathers in local government elections. The former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, has said that the conduct of the local government elections in Rivers State has dissipated shadows of political intimidation and judicial chicanery. Also, we should recall that the APP was yesterday declared the winner of the 22 chairmanship seats in Rivers State as Governor Fubara defied all odds and conducted local government elections despite protests by members of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and the All Progressive Congress (APC) and the refusal of the police to provide security, citing a ruling by the Federal High Court. Now, this is coming as the former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan compared the current political crisis in Rivers State to the crisis of the old Western region and called on security agencies to wade into the political situations in the state to forestall a breakdown of law and order. The supporters of the APP and PDP, loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Nyesom Wike, embarked on massive protests in an unsuccessful effort to stop day before yesterday's local government elections in the state. However, there were reported incidents of explosions at the state secretariat of the APC in Port Harcourt and Obiabo local government councils, just as a result of the Eche local government area chairmanship seats and the 319 councillorship positions across the state were still being collated by the River State Independent Electoral Commission (RISEC). Before the elections, we should recall that the APC in the state, which boycotted the polls, had secured the judgment from the Federal High Court in Abuja, restraining the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from releasing voters' register to the RISEC. The judgment also restrained the Inspector General of Police (IG) Kayode Egbetukun from providing security for the elections, but citing the judgment of the Supreme Court, which ordered that democratically elected officials must govern all the local governments in the country, and the judgment of the River State High Court, Fubara insisted that the elections must hold with or without the police providing security, though the police did not provide security. The elections were held in largely peaceful atmosphere. However, members of the APC and PDP loyal to the Federal Capital Territory Minister Wike embarked on massive protests in an unsuccessful effort to stop the elections. Some protesters marched from the popular Rumola axis of Port Harcourt to the office of the RISEC, chanting that the elections should not be held at the front of the RISEC office. It was also reported by a reporter citing over 20 police vans, 3 armored personnel carriers from APC, and a vehicle belonging to the Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC), but election materials had been moved to the various wards for the election. Ahead of the 2027 general elections, leaders from the Ogoni and Oyibo zones in River State are seeking a replacement for incumbent Governor Similayo Fubara. They converged in the Thai local government area of River State at an event tagged Ogoni Oyibo People's Assembly. The gathering was attended by prominent politicians, most of whom are loyalists of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. Wike, the immediate past governor of River State, is currently in a running battle with Fubara, his estranged political godson, and has vowed not to support Fubara again. Among the attendees were personalities such as Senator Barinade Mpibi, Senator Magnus Abe, Ambassador Desmond Akowa, and Chief Victor Gadom. The assembly emphasized unity and cooperation between the two ethnic nationalities, which fall under the same senatorial district, River Southeast, that produced Fubara as governor. As part of their resolution, read by Senator Mbigi, they demanded the Ogoni Oyibo governorship slot in 2027 and called for unity and cooperation between the Ogoni and Oyibo people. They also called on major political parties to consider Ogoni Oyibo candidates for the governorship while condemning the activities of Governor Fubara. Senator Mbigi alleged some political actors were visiting Aso Villa at night to declare their support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and urged them to do so openly during the day. He called on President Tinubu to contest the 2027 general elections to consolidate his efforts in improving the economy and complete his developmental projects. The resolution reads, the Ogoni and Oyibo People Assembly, a multi-political convergence of 5 local government areas within River State Southeast Senatorial District, met today to reaffirm their support for the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration and pledged total loyalty to the former governor of River State and current minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Chief Nyesom Wike, as a political leader of River State. They also reiterated the obvious fact that the Senatorial District Upland is due for a governor and should produce the next governor of River State come 2027. Wike further stated, I call on Mr. President to contest the 2027 election and finish the numerous projects including the coastal roads, Badagry Express Road, and others. The leaders commended the Federal Capital Territory Minister for uniting Ogoni and Oyibo politically and condemned recent comments by the Ijaw leader and elder statesman Edwin Clegg against Wike. Speaking earlier, Ambassador Akowa, who was the chairman of the occasion, said that since the Ijaw people within the Central District had segregated themselves from the Upland would make a statement that would change the political history of the state come 2027. Chief Victor Yadom, South Deputy National Chairman of the All Progressive Congress, thanked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his people-oriented reform and urged major parties to consider Ogoni Oyibo for the governorship slot in 2027. On his part, Senator Abe emphasized the importance of peace and unity, while Duman Mene Deko, the member representing Gokana Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, stressed Ogoni Oyibo's capacity to produce the next governor.